Hello everyone, welcome to the another very important session in which we will be discussing some more important questions and the concepts for our upcoming CSIR net and gate physics exam. So I hope that the discussion which we will be doing today in this session will be getting clear to everyone. But in case if anywhere you are gonna have any doubt, you can surely let me know about it and we will try to consider those points in the session today. Also, guys, if we are going to talk about the next thing, that's going to be related to the latest offer which is going on right now on Unacademy. So, this offer is just valid from 3rd August to 5th August. So, in case if you don't want to miss it and you want to start your preparation under the guidance of top educators, then you can take your subscription now. To get the discount in the total subscription amount or to grab this offer, you can use and apply the code Anjali A Live when you will proceed further to take the subscription. By using and by applying this code, you will be able to get the discount in the total subscription amount, guys. So, guys, even if there is any of your friends, those who want to take the subscription, share this information with them to let them know about it. And this way, they will also be able to start their preparation under the guidance of top educators and well structured and well planned courses they will be able to join as well. Now, let me just show you what are the benefits you will get if you will be taking the Unacademy Plus Iconic or the Light subscription. So, if anybody will take Unacademy Plus Iconic or the Light subscription, you will be able to get these benefits depending on which subscription you are going to take. Even if somebody will be taking Unacademy Plus or Iconic subscription, they will be able to get the important notes on Unacademy Learning app as well in the Plus and Iconic subscription, along with the rest of the benefits which have been shown here on the slide. So you can see if you will take the Plus subscription, you will get these benefits. If you will take the Iconic subscription, you will get these benefits. And even the important notes are available on the Unacademy Learning app. And in the Lite subscription, the following benefits you will get as mentioned in the Lite subscription part. Also, guys, whenever you will proceed further to take the subscription, use and apply the code Anjali A Live to get the discount in the total subscription amount. So let's go ahead. Let me just show you a few more slides and we are ready to start our discussion today. So here is the slide about the session. This is something like about the session itself. The first one is related to Unacademy Learning app. Then here are a few details about me. This is about the community feature we are having on Unacademy, which will be helping you to stay updated and to know about the important things, the latest new things. So this is how everything will be helping you. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and let's talk about the concepts you can't miss in the mathematical physics section, okay, for your upcoming CSIR net and the gate physics exam. So what are those concepts which you should not miss and from where there are great chances that you can expect the questions in the upcoming exam? Let's talk about those concepts one by one. The first one, I would say, like the concept which is most to prepare, having great chances to be there in your upcoming exam, that's your differential equations. Almost every time we get a question from this section, guys. So if you're the one who thinks like, oh, differential equation, quite easy. So what I'll do, I'll give you some sample questions, the type of questions which have been asked in the previous years, or exactly the previous year questions we will take, okay, and you will get to know that what kind of questions you can expect in the upcoming exam too, or how you need to be ready with the topic preparation, and whatever, like if you're gonna find like something is not clear to you or somewhere you are having difficulty in solving a particular question, so accordingly you can proceed further to do more preparation for that topic and get ready with all the details and the information you may need to work on any such type of question. So now I'll be taking one question from differential equation part and let's see how many of you will be able to get its answer. But if you will have difficulty, I'll be explaining it and then I'll talk about the next topic which is must to prepare and you can't miss, or you should not miss that one. Okay, so let me just write the first question related to differential equation. If you want to ask anything regarding the question's answer or you want to get some hint, you can mention it in the comments. I'll be talking about that. So our first question is this one. Consider the following ordinary differential equation d2x by dt square plus 1 over x dx by dt square minus dx by dt, and this is equal to 0 with the boundary conditions. X at t is equal to 0 is equal to 0 and x at t is equal to 1 is equal to 1. The value of xt at t is equal to 2 is, that's what you have to consider. Now the options are square root e minus 1, square root e square plus 1, square root e plus 1, and the next one is the square root e square minus 1. You have to try it, guys, and tell me in the comment section what do you think is the right answer according to you. And if you're not gonna get it, you can tell me. Okay, I'll be talking about it. So try now. This is one of the topics or concepts you can't miss from the mathematical physics section, guys. In just some time, I'm going to talk about its answer steps, but giving you some time if you want to try solving it, if you want to think what steps you can take, what can be the best approach to proceed further to solve this question. So actually, guys, in this case, what will happen? You are simply going to take the LCM of this part. Why? Reason behind it. Initially, if you will observe this equation, you will find this is not a standard second order homogeneous differential equation format or the form. It's not that. Why? You can see dx by dt whole square is even present as in the second term. So it's not the standard equation. So that means we have to change its form before we will be proceeding further to solve it. So if you will see in the second term 1 over x is present. If you're going to simplify this part, you can take x here and you can take x here, right? So you can just remove this part. Now once you're going to write it this way, what next? The next thing is that you can simply try to simplify this equation now. How? Look at this. Can you write it this way? That is this term you have, okay? This is x dx by dt and the first two terms. So observe it. Is it possible to write it as d by dt of x dx by dt minus x dx by dt equal to 0? So if you will see the first term, how I have just modified it or just written it, is it giving me the same first two terms we had there? Look at this. First term as it is second term differentiation plus second term as it is first term differentiation. Clear? Now in this case, you are going to have the first two terms as it is minus x dx by dt is equal to 0. Now if I'm going to talk about the next thing here, that's going to be let x dx by dt is equal to what? I'm going to take it equal to p, u, v, whatever you want. Let's take u, okay? So when you're going to take u, in that case, you can simplify it. You are simply going to have x dx by dt is equal to u. So that will give you x dx is equal to u dt, right? Or here we can see that x, u and t, three terms are present. So what I'll do, I'll stop simplifying it from this step onwards, but I'll just plug in the value I have assumed in the previous step back, and then I'll start solving it. So what my above equation will look like after I'll replace x dx by dt with the u. So it will become du by dt minus u equal to 0. When I'll simplify it further, it's going to be du divided by u is equal to dt. You can check out, are you getting it same or not? So it's going to give you log u is equal to t plus log c. So generally when we have log in our expression, we also write the constant in terms of logarithmic, because that makes the simplification more easy and the calculation quite easy too. So basically you will get log u minus log c is equal to t, right? When you're going to simplify it further, it's going to be log u divided by c is equal to t. When you will just take it as u is equal to, or u by c is equal to e to the power t, so u is equal to c e to the power t. This value of u we will plug in this equation here, and that's going to give us x dx by dt is equal to c e to the power t. When you will just simplify this equation now, let's do it on the next slide. X dx by dt is equal to c e to the power t. So x square divided by 2 is equal to c e to the power t plus t, right? Now here if you will see, you have some boundary conditions given to you. That's going to be at t is equal to 0, x is also 0. So at t is equal to 0, x is also 0. Let's plug in both the values. So you will get c is equal to negative d that way. Okay. Now once you got it, what is the next boundary condition? At t is equal to 1, x is also equal to 1. So in that case, 1 over 2 is equal to c e plus d. So then you are going to plug in d as negative c, which is going to be c e minus 1, right? So you will get c is equal to 1 over 2 e minus 1, right? Now, if we are going to consider the next part here, what is that? So c you got, and you know c and d, what is the difference in them? So d will be with just negative sign in it. Okay, so you can get the d value with this relation because you already know the c value now. So you are going to have the expression as x square divided by 2, 1 over e minus 2e minus 1 e to the power t minus 1, just because of this relation. Okay, now this 2 you can simplify with the other side too. And now when you are gonna find the value of x at t is equal to 2, what it will give you? So x at t is equal to 2, e square minus 1 you will have there. X square is equal to e square minus 1 divided by e minus 1. It will give you e minus 1 e plus 1 divided by e minus 1. Simplify, this is x square, so x will be square root e plus 1. That's what you are gonna get. Now you can see guys, in this question you got the right answer as square root e plus 1, which is option C, and that's the correct answer. So differential equation based questions you can expect in the exam, but that doesn't mean like you will always have just the direct questions or just one particular type of questions. You can have different type of questions too. Like one of the questions we have taken right now, I'll also give you one more from differential equations, but this is the topic like you need to master and you can't miss, because there are great chances you can expect the questions based on it in the upcoming exam. So I would say it's good if you're going to focus on it and you are going to be ready to solve any question from the differential equation part. Let me just give you one more and then we will talk about the next topic. I'll write the next one, guys. Okay, it's here. The solution of the differential equation. X dy by dx plus 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 here 1 plus x times y e to the power negative x with the boundary condition that's going to be y at x is equal to 1 is equal to 0 is options are x minus 1 divided by x e to the power negative x minus 1 divided by x square e to the power negative x 1 minus x divided by x square e to the power negative x minus 1 square e to the power negative x. Okay, now I will again be giving you some time to observe it and to have a look at this part, that what type of question it is and what do you think you will be doing to solve it. But still, if you will have any doubt in solving this question, guys, I'm gonna help you to do that. So the solution of the differential equation x dy by dx plus 1 plus x times y is equal to e to the power negative x. Firstly, observe the equation and I will give you a trick here. Basically, not a trick, but the best approach to get the right solution, right steps to solve it. So what are these things you can consider? Let's talk about that. So actually, guys, always make a habit to consider the order of the differential equation. Whenever you are going to proceed further with the calculation steps or anything, I would say always check the order of differential equation first of all and then proceed further to solve it. So if I'm going to talk about the order of differential equation here, it's just the first order differential equation, right? Now, if you are the one who has prepared the differential equation topic, you will be familiar with this part, that what will be the approach to solve the first order differential equation. So how many different type of equations you can have, or what are the steps to solve them. So if you are familiar with that approach now, you will be easily able to relate it, what type of differential equation it is and how you will be able to solve it. So actually, guys, you will see it's not the separation of variable type of differential equation. No, it's neither the homogeneous, or like if you will keep on relating, you will find like, okay, it's gonna be the linear differential equation, because linear differential equation form is dy by dx plus px times y is equal to qx. Basically, p and q can be the constants or functions of x here. Okay, now if you will see, you are having this x extra present here, so if you will simplify it, it will come in the denominator here and here. So you are going to have dy by dx plus 1 plus x divided by x times y is equal to e to the power negative x divided by x. So what will happen now? Now the next thing is, this is the linear differential equation for which you have to find the integrating factor first of all. So what is the integrating factor? It is e to the power integration p dx. What is p? 1 plus x. So can I write it as 1 over x plus 1 and then dx, right? Now next thing, if I'm going to consider it this way, e to the power log x plus x, that's what you will have. So you know that when the terms are multiplied with the same base, so their powers get added. Here we are going to have this way. Now in this case, x e to the power x is your integrating factor. If you will simplify it further, you are going to have y times integrating factor is equal to integration q integrating factor dx plus c, right? So q is what? E to the power negative x divided by x. So y times integrating factor, that is y times x e to the power x is equal to integration q is what? E to the power negative x divided by x, and integrating factor dx plus constant, integration constant c. If I'm going to simplify this part, it's going to give me y x e to the power x, x cancelled out, e to the power 0 will be 1, so x plus c. You are going to have y is equal to x plus c divided by x e to the power x. If you will plug in x is equal to 1, then y is 0. So it will help you to get the constant value. Plug in x is equal to 1 and then y should be equal to 0. It gives you c is equal to -1. Once you got it, it's going to be y is equal to x minus 1 divided by x e to the power -x. If you will see what is the right answer according to you, x minus x divided by x e to the power -x, that's option A, which is the correct one. So you can see like this was other type of differential equation based question we had, and this was other type of, and both were from the previous year's CSIR net exam, right? So this is a topic like which is must to prepare, and you should not miss it, and you should be ready to work on different type of questions based on differential equations. Okay, and these two were just the examples for it. I hope it's gonna make sense, and I hope it's clear to everyone. But still, if you will have any doubt anywhere, guys, you can surely mention it. So after differential equations, we are gonna talk about the next must to prepare topic, which you should not miss and you should try to cover up or complete while doing your exam preparation. So that's going to be metrics, guys. From metrics also, we have got so many different type of questions in the previous years, and you can expect the questions in the upcoming exam as well. So I'll be talking about the questions which have been asked in the previous years, and you will be getting the idea about what type of questions you can have in your upcoming exams as well. So let's take the questions here and let's talk about it, how they have asked the metrics related questions in the previous years. There is a very interesting question. I would like to take that first. Let me just see. I'll write it, guys. This time from the metrics part. Okay, so if the rank of n by n order matrix A is M, where M and N are positive integers with then the rank of the matrix A square is, options are M, M minus 1, 2M, or M minus 2. So guys, that's what we are gonna have. You can try considering it and let me know if you think you know the final answer for this question. We can talk about it, otherwise I'll be explaining it. I'll start the discussion just in some time. I'm gonna wait for your reply first and then I'll talk about it. So if the rank of an n by n order matrix A is M, where M and N are positive integers with M lying between 1 to n, like it has been shown here, then the rank of the matrix A square is what? Okay, so if I'm going to talk about the A as a matrix of n by n order, so let's say n by n, where n is what? N should, did they give you any conditions over M or n? So not such condition, but for our convenience, we'll either take it as 3 by 3 or 2 by 2 order matrix, because I have to find the A square as well. So I'll take it just as 2 by 2 instead of taking 3 by 3 matrix. So its elements also I'll select in such a way that I should not have difficulty in finding the, like you can say, the solution of it or the a square part of it. So when you're going to take it this way, you can also take any other random elements. It's up to you, but I'm considering them in such a way that I will not have difficulty while working on the a square part. Not such difficulty, but see, that's something we just have to do to observe it, that what is something we will get. So we just want to get an idea, okay? And there, if you will spend much more time, then we will have less time remaining for solving other questions. So I would say select or consider the values in such a way that you will not have to worry about the further calculation. So when you're going to take a square, you are going to have 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Let's simplify it. 1 1 2 3 6 and 1 7. Okay, 2 8 10, 3 and 12 15. Next 6 and 16, that's 22. Now the point is, you have to understand what is the meaning of rank. Rank is actually, if there is a square matrix you have and its determinant is non-zero, means it should not be zero. Its determinant is non-zero, then the order, for example, it's n by n, so n only from there. So we will say that's the rank of the matrix, okay? If that is gonna have the determinant to be zero, then you have to take some square submatrix, okay? Like in this case, the square submatrix is not gonna be that way like a kind of matrix, but only one element. You can check out, that will be non-zero otherwise. So if you will see, that is its determinant is non-zero, means its rank is 2, because it's a 2 by 2 order matrix, so its rank is 2. Then I have found out a square. Now if you will check out a square matrix, its determinant is again non-zero, the new matrix you got, so its rank is also 2. So whatever rank you had for the first matrix, like it was given as m for a, so what will be for a square, that will also be m. Okay, if determinant of any given matrix, square matrix, is non-zero, in that case its rank is equal to the order, means if it is n by n order, so just n is the rank of the matrix there. That's how you will be able to find it. Please tell me if in case there is anybody having any doubt, we can talk about that part, but if it is clear, I'll be giving you the next question. So this was one type of question from the matrix, and I'm showing you these questions just to show you they are not limited to like only matrix, only this or that. No, you can have anything related to this too. It's going to be the eigenvalues. This is the another question of the 3 by 3 matrix. That's going to be m a square ab ac ab b square bc ac bc and c square. These are elements. Are options are a square plus b square plus c square, comma 0, comma 0. Okay, now I'll give you some time to work on it and to tell me if you can consider what will be the right answer according to you guys. But if you will have doubt or difficulty in this part, I will be talking about it. But I'm gonna wait for your reply first. Tell me, what do you think is gonna be the right answer? If you don't know, I'm gonna let you know, guys. Okay, basically, it's again a square matrix, and mostly you will find the questions we have from the matrix part, or the type of questions we get, the concepts we study, they are mostly from the square matrix. Okay, so in that situation, if I'll talk about this part, like you are going to consider a square, a b, a c, m, b, a, b, and all that. So there is a trick. If rows and columns of a given square matrix are the scalar multiple of a particular row and a particular column, for example, I can write b by a here, and I can multiply the first row elements with that, and c by a with the first row elements with that to get the third row. Same way, first column elements with b by a, and the first column elements with c by a to get the third column elements. So in that situation, what will happen? You are simply going to get the rows and columns of the particular matrix. Like if you will multiply the first row elements with a scalar, you will get the second row elements. First row elements with a scalar, you will get the third row elements. And the first column elements with a scalar, like the rows and columns are the scalar multiple of a particular row and a particular column. For any such type of a square matrix, guys, what happens? We are going to have the eigenvalues equal to the trace. Only one non-zero eigenvalue, that is trace, and other 0 0. Because it was a 3 by 3 order matrix, I need to mention three eigenvalues. So one is trace, others are 0 0. Okay, trace means what? Trace means sum of principal diagonal elements. Now what I mean by principal diagonal, the diagonal which starts from the first element of the matrix. So it's going to be a square plus b square plus c square comma 0 comma 0. That's how you can find it, and that's how you are going to get your final answer. So that's option A, which is the correct one. Please tell me if in case there is anybody having any doubt, we can talk about it. But if it's getting clear, so these were the two different type of questions from the matrix topic we had. The next topic you should not miss, and you can't skip it, that's contour integration. Okay, so we are gonna take some questions from that part as well, but in case if anybody is having any doubt till this point, just mention it and let me know about it. We can talk about that one. A function of a complex variable z that's going to be is defined by the integral that's fz is equal to integration over the closed contour gamma w square minus 2 and divided by w minus z dw, where this gamma is a circular contour of radius 3 centered at origin running counterclockwise in the W plane. The value of the function at that z is equal to 2 minus iota is. Options are these ones. I'll give you some time to work on it, guys, and then I'm gonna start the discussion about it as well, that what are steps you have to take and how you can proceed further to solve it. So I'm gonna wait for your reply first of all, and then just in some time I'll be starting the discussion as well. Sure. In contour integration type questions, the common steps we have to take are, we have to firstly find the pole. Second thing we have to check out is the pole lying within the given contour or not. If it is lying within the given contour, we will find the residue on it depending on the order of the pole. And the third thing is final contour integration or Cauchy's residue theorem we are going to use. Okay. And that's how we are going to get the final answer. So here also we will be following the same steps. Let's have a look at the question first. A function of a complex variable z is defined by the integral. But you can see when they have shown the integration, it's dw, not dz written here. So you have to work for w, or you can call it omega, whatever you can see. It's more similar to. I'm going to call it w right now. So when I'm going to equate the denominator with 0, I'm going to get w is equal to z. I have to now check, is it lying within the contour or not. So contour is a circle having the center at the origin and the radius 3 units. So in that case, it's gonna be here, okay, 3 minus 3 and all that. Now next thing, running counterclockwise, so direction has also been mentioned. Z is equal to 2 minus iota. So what is the mod z? That is root 4 plus 1. If you will see, that's a square root 5. So it is less than 3, means this is lying within the contour. When it is lying within the contour, now I have to check the order of the pole. That's simply going to be order 1 pole. And the next thing is I'm going to consider limit w tends to z, w minus z, fz, which is the given function, w square minus z divided by w, or w square minus 2 divided by w minus z. This will get cancelled out. W, you will replace it with the z itself. Z square minus 2. That's your residue. So z square minus 2. A square plus b square minus 2ab. That's 4 iota minus 2. It's going to be 4 minus 1, 3. 3 minus 2, 1. Minus 4 iota. Okay. That's what you will get. Residue you got. Now next thing is you are gonna use the formula for the integration, 2 pi iota into sum of residue, that is 1 minus 4 iota. So what will happen, it's going to be 2 pi iota minus 8, that's plus iota square minus 1, 8 pi. So 2 pi iota plus 8 pi, that's option C, which is the correct one. That's how you can see, even you can expect the questions from the contour integration. Please let me know if in case there is anybody having any doubt in this part, guys, we can talk about it. But if it's getting clear, so you can expect the questions based on this concept similar to what I have talked about, or even there can be various type of questions. It's not like only one particular type, but few questions we are trying to include in the session, okay, while talking about a particular topic. So this is just going to provide you an idea that, okay, it's even possible. I'll be taking the next one. the value of the definite integral okay, this is what we are gonna have. Now again, I'm gonna give you some time to solve it, guys. Just tell me what do you think will be the right answer according to you. If you don't know how to proceed further or solve it, so I'm gonna share the ideas soon, that what steps you have to take and how you will be able to proceed further to solve it. So actually for this type of questions we are going to have the trick. So integration 0 to pi, so pi, if it will be 0 to 2 pi, you will take 2 pi here. Square root a square minus b square, where the denominator you will compare with a plus b cos theta. So a is what? 5. 5 is square minus 4 is square, that's 25 minus 16, which is 9. So pi by root 3, which pi by root 9, which is going to be 3. Pi by 3 is your answer. So that's the trick. If integration limits will be 0 to 2 pi, you will take 2 pi here. If they are 0 to pi, you will take pi here. And that's how you're just going to simplify it or solve it, guys. And it's giving you the answer same as option D. Please tell me if in case there is anything not clear to you or anywhere there is any doubt you're going to have, we can talk about that part. But if it's clear, that's great. I'll be taking one more question from this section. Should I take one more? Well, we were taking two questions from each section, so even we can keep it this way. Okay, at the end we can practice more questions. So one more from this, and then at the end, similar to what concepts I'm including, we will be taking more questions. The principal value of the integration negative infinity to positive infinity okay, this is what you are gonna have. Try it now. If you think you can't do it or you are not able to proceed further to get the answer, I'll be helping you in that case. But try. I hope you will be able to get it done. Again, step number 1 is same, pole. Find the pole. It's purely real. Excuse me. Remember, whenever integration limits are negative infinity to positive infinity and the pole you get is purely real, in that case, what you have to do, you have to consider just pi iota into sum of residue for the purely real pole. Another thing, when you have the sine or cos written here, you can even write it as the imaginary part for sine and real part for cos of e to the power iota theta, which is e to the power iota 2x, or even I can replace everything in terms of z. That's not going to make any difference in our answer, but everything you have to change in the same way. Now in this case, if I will find the residue at that pole, because we are gonna consider the poles which are lying on the purely real axis or in the upper half of the complex plane. Then you have to find the residue at those poles. So that's going to be limit z tends to 0, okay, because x is the real part of z. So even that's not gonna make any difference in your answer. Z minus 0, okay. It's a order 3 pole, guys. So not this approach. We have to go with the order n pole, okay, related residue formula. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use the common formula which is applicable for order 1 and order n, where n is greater than 1. So actually in this case, I'm going to write the series expansion of exponential. So it's going to be iota 2z here plus iota 2z square. I just have to consider the second term, y, third term only, why? Because if I will divide all these terms by z cube, so you are going to have the coefficient of 1 over z from here, right, which is going to be negative 4. So that's your residue as per the common method, which is like when you know z is equal to a is the pole, so z minus a you consider as t, and in that case you can consider like you can consider coefficient of 1 over t is the residue. Then so this way here you are going to get negative 4. When you are going to have negative 4 there, it's going to be I is equal to pi iota into sum of residue, okay. Also guys, if I am going to talk about the next thing, you are going to consider that's going to be, did you get negative 4 actually? Let's check it out. We have e to the power iota 2z. We got the residue from this. Or you are just gonna have x cube or x square. I have to just go through this part. Oh, I missed the factorial 2. So that's gonna make it factorial 2 in the denominator. Negative 2 pi iota. But I just want the imaginary part, which is negative 2 pi. Hence our right answer is option A. So we missed the factorial 2 there. But if you're gonna take it, you're getting the right answer, okay. That's how you have to do it, guys. And I hope you got an idea about how to work on this type of question based on contour integration and how you will be getting the answer. Let me just introduce one more trick. And why I have multiplied with pi iota here, the reason is because you got the purely real pole, okay. If it will be imaginary or complex number, you will have to multiply with the 2 pi iota only. The next question says, this one. Try it now and let me know as you will get it done. Okay guys, there is also a trick related to this part. Integration 0 to infinity dz over 1 plus z to the power n, where n should be greater than 1. Its expression will give you y, pi by n cosec pi by n. When you are going to consider this part, it's going to be pi by 4 cosec pi by 4 as per our question. But also we have to write it as 2 integration 0 to infinity dx over 1 plus x to the power 4, because 1 over 1 plus x to the power 4 is an even function, right? When it is an even function, in that case you can change the integration limits this way. And once you're going to do that, what next? The next thing is that you are simply going to apply the formula, which is pi by 4 cosec pi by 4. Cosec pi by 4 is root 2. So that's how you will just have to simplify it. 2 multiplied there, it will give you 2 to the 4. So pi over root 2. That's what you will have. It's option A, which is the correct option. Please let me know if in case there was anybody having any doubt. We can talk about it, but if it is clear, that's great, great, great. Done? Let's talk about the next topic, guys. So that is complex analysis. While sometimes we consider the contour integration as a part of complex analysis, so it's up to you how you want to consider it while doing the preparation of this topic. Do you want to consider the contour integration a part of this, or you want to prepare it separately? So now we will talk about the complex analysis section. Let's take the some questions from this one. So this is also important because it has been observed like many questions have been asked in the previous years from this section as well. So you can expect more questions from this part in your upcoming exam too. Let's take this one. Try it now, guys. If in case you will have any question, query, or doubt, I'll be talking about it. So I'm waiting for your reply, and then we will be considering it. And all these are the sample, or you can say previous year questions, for you to observe what kind of questions from particular section you can expect in the exam. Okay, so that's what we are going to consider, and we are talking about some of these questions from the particular topic. So you have to check which one cannot be. The real part of the complex analytic function, okay, which cannot be. So actually guys, in this case, what you have to consider, you have to consider the harmonic function condition. Okay, so what is the harmonic function condition? Actually you have to see delta 2u over delta x square plus delta 2u over delta y square, that should be equal to 0. So in this case, what is going to happen? You have to see if it is giving you the equal to 0 after applying the values of u in this expression, then it means it's gonna be the possible real part. But if it is not giving you 0, which means it's not the possible real part, right? So if you're going to plug in the value of u in this expression, it's going to give you what? You will have to differentiate with respect to x twice to y, and the second one will give you what? 0. So it's not 0 overall, so which means it cannot be the possible real part. Same way, if you will check out for all other cases, you will find like, okay, they are even not gonna be the possible real part. Okay, like, or possible real part. So you have to see if they are satisfying this condition, means they can be the possible real part. If they are not satisfying this condition, means they are not satisfying this condition, means they are not possible real part. They are satisfying that condition, means they are the possible real part. Okay, I hope it's gonna be clear. Let's talk about the next thing. I'll take one more question from this topic. Okay, let's take this one. This is the latest offer slide, guys. This is valid for a limited period only. This is iota. If and only if options are, I'm going to show the options this side. B is equal to 0, B is equal to plus minus A, B is equal to plus minus 2 pi A, B is equal to, simply it's going to be A plus minus 2 pi. Try it now and let me know as you will get it done and what is the right answer according to you. If in case you will be having any doubt, you can surely let me know. But if it is getting clear, that's great. Like, you can try and you can mention what is the right answer according to you. Waiting for your reply, guys, and then I'm going to talk about it too, that what you have to do to get the answer. So actually they have given you the real part of the function, and then they are asking you, if this function is complex analytic, like the fz is complex analytic everywhere, then what should be the relation between b and a, or in general the value of b. So you know that if this is the possible real part of an analytic function, in that case it should satisfy the harmonic function condition, which we have considered in the previous question too, which is delta to u over delta x square plus delta to u over delta y square. So that way, okay, and you have to equate it with 0. So in that situation, guys, when you are going to find delta to u over delta x square, it will give you a square plus delta to u over delta y square. The extra thing you will have will be the b square. Okay, and that should be equal to 0. So from here b should be equal to plus minus pi by plus minus 8. That's it. So that's option B, which is the correct option here, and that's how you're just gonna find it. Let me know if in case there is anybody having any doubt, we can talk about it, guys. But if it is clear, then that's great. You can tell me if there is something not clear from this discussion part. You're just simply gonna check delta to u over delta x square plus delta to u over delta y square, and you are equating it with 0. That's how you are gonna get the relation between a and b. Okay. Done. Let's talk about the next one, guys. That is going to be a question based on the numerical techniques, or you can say the integration itself. But what is that, or interpolation? Okay, the type of questions which have been asked in the previous years, I'm going to take these ones now. Let's take the first question from the section. So the first one I'm gonna take from this interpolation or the numerical technique part, guys, that's gonna be this one. Okay, now let's consider it. Like, I'll be giving you some time to work on this part, guys, and then I'm gonna wait for your reply. If you will be getting it, that's great. But if no, I'm gonna let you know that what are steps you have to take to solve it. Okay, and how you can solve the Newton's forward difference method based questions. Even that's what we are gonna talk about that way. So I'm gonna wait for your reply for some time. If you're gonna get it, that's great. But if no, don't worry because I'll be explaining it. Okay, guys, let's even talk about it. So basically, this method, mostly in the numerical techniques questions, they specify the method you have to use. So like they have mentioned here, Newton's forward difference method should be used here. So what we do in these cases, we mostly start solving these questions by writing the values. Like sine x is the format you can see. X is going to be something we will write here like 45 degrees, 50 degrees, 55 degrees, 60 degrees, right? And then you are going to have y is equal to fx, which is going to be 0 0.7071, 0 0.7660. Next is 0 0.8192. Next one is 0 0.8660. Delta fx is equal to what? That's going to be this minus this, like the lower value and the upper value. So lower value minus the upper value, lower value minus the upper value, lower value minus the upper value, consecutive values you have to subtract. So I think you are going to get 0 0.0589 and then 0 0.0532 and then 0 0.0468. Next you are going to have is delta square fx, where it will give you again lower value minus the upper value, 0 0.0057, here again same way difference. Okay, you can check out the difference values you are gonna have. Also you can see the difference between the x values is what? 555. That's your h step size. If I'm gonna talk about the another thing, they have asked you to find the value of xn, that is the x value lying in between these values, which is 52, which is x naught plus uh. Okay, so from here what we can do, we can get the value of u. Initial x value is 45, so 52 minus 45 divided by h, that's 5. That's your u value. Now where is the use of this u value? Let me just tell you. So actually when you want to find the function's value at 52 degrees, so that's sine 52, that is equal to y naught, which is function's value at this like initial x value, plus delta y naught, which is the first value here, the difference, okay, divided by factorial 1 and multiplied with u, plus delta to y naught divided by factorial 2 multiplied with u times u minus 1. Same way you are gonna have delta cube y naught, the further differences you got, okay, one by one, and factorial 3 u times u minus 1 and u minus 2, and so on too. Just plug in the value of u, plug in the value of delta y naught, delta to y naught, and all those values. You are going to get this answer. That's it. This is how the Newton's forward difference method helps you to get the final answer. So anytime if you're going to have any such type of question, this is also one of the previous year questions, guys. You just have to form this table, find the value of u this way. Just plug in the value in the equation. You are going to get the final answer. I hope it's gonna be clear, but still if there is doubt, you can surely mention it. I'll be talking about that part. And if there is no doubt, we will take the next question, guys. try it now. So actually this is from other method, which is Newton-Raphson method. In this case, there is one formula which is most important and we mostly need to use, and that's going to help us to reach to the final answer. So I'm going to wait for your reply for this question's answer too, and then I'm going to start the further discussion about the steps you have to follow and how you will be able to solve it. So actually guys, in this case they are asking you to find the roots of the polynomial fx, which is mentioned this way, okay, for 3x cubed minus 4x minus 5 using the iterative Newton-Raphson method. So in this case, the formula we are going to have is xn plus 1 is equal to xn minus fxn upon f dash xn, right? So in this case, what will happen? It's going to be xn is equal to what? The initial guess value, that's 2. So 2 minus fxn, function's value at the xn is equal to 2. That's plug in 2 here, 2 to the 4 to the 8, 8 3 is a 24, 24 minus 4 to the 8 minus 5. So 13, 24 minus 13, it's 11 divided by f dash xn, which is going to be 3 3 is a 9, 9x square minus 4. So that is 9. 4 is a 36, 36 minus 4, 32. So that's going to be 11 over 32 here. That's what you will have, right? Just simplify this part, you are getting the next iteration guess value. Also, in the numerical technique like this portion, guys, you can expect the questions from trapezoidal rule, Simpson's 1/3 rule, even that part is important. So we can also include the questions from that section. But one more last topic, like I would like to mention, which you should try to cover up and you should try to prepare, because there are even great chances to expect the questions from that section in the upcoming exam. That is probability distribution. Okay. So even the other topics like the Laplace transform, the Taylor series, the special functions, other topics are also important, right? But more frequently, if I'm going to talk about the questions which have been asked from which of the topics, so the topics I am going to mention here right now, I am talking about, I'm taking the questions from, these are the mostly asked questions from these concepts we have in the exams. While it's not like other topics based questions will not be there, they can be for sure, okay, but as per the probability and the chances. So right now we are going to talk about probability distribution. Then if we will be able to take more questions, so we'll be practicing more questions from these topics which we have considered. try it now and let me know what do you think will be the right answer for this question. So it is in a series of 5 cricket matches, one of the captains calls heads every time. When the toss is taken, the probability that he will win 3 times and lose 2 times is. So 5 cricket matches are there, right? Total 5. Also, guys, in this case, when the coin will be tossed, in that case, only two, like you can say, two possibilities are there, head or tail. So that means failure or success. So there is a binomial distribution which says like if you are having the finite number of times any event taking place and the output which is possible is either gonna be the failure or the success, only two possible outcomes. Uh, so and each time it's independent of each other, the event which is taking place, then you can use the binomial distribution, as per which the formula is NCR p to the power r q to the power n minus r. So p and q are the individual, like in one chance, in one event, single event, what is the probability of success and what is the probability of failure. So success probability is p and the failure is q. For example, when you are tossing a coin, what is the probability of getting head? It's 1 over 2. So if it is success, its probability p is 1 over 2. And what is the probability of not getting head, means getting tail? That's 1 over 2 as well. So q is 1 over 2. And how many times they're talking about it will succeed? 3. So r is 3. And n, total number of times, that's 5. So 5c3, 1 over 2 to the power 3, 1 over 2 to the power 2. And that's how you're just simply gonna get it. That's how you are gonna get your final answer as well. Okay, now let me know if in case there is anything not getting clear to you, we can talk about it. But if it's getting clear, that's great. You will be getting 5 by 16 after simplifying that expression. But if you have any question or query regarding this, guys, you can ask it and let me know about it. I can make it clear to you. But if you are getting like, oh, okay, binomial distribution conditions are the one we talked about just now, and you are getting that, okay, in these situations you can use this formula, so that's great. I'll be taking one more question from probability distribution. I will be providing that question, guys. So the next one I'm gonna take is nearest to options are 14, 10 to the power 6 e or 10 to the power 2. Try it now and let me know if in case you will have any doubt here. We'll be talking about it, guys, but if it is gonna get clear, that's great. So a random variable n obeys Poisson statistics. The probability of finding n is equal to 0 is 10 to the power negative 6. The expectation value of n is nearest to what? So actually, guys, in this case, what will happen? The probability, this is Poisson statistics or Poisson distribution. The previous question we have done was from binomial distribution, right? So the conditions for binomial and the Poissons are quite different and their formulae are even different. So in this case, you will have the formula for the probability, which is mean to the power, like how many times you want to get it, like it's 0 here. So n is equal to 0 factorial n e to the power negative mu. Mu is representing the mean of the distribution or the average value. So mean or expectation value you want to find. So mu you don't know, you have to find it. But probability you know 10 to the power negative 6 and you know that's 0. So you are going to consider it e to the power negative mu. You are going to get it as equal to 10 to the power negative 6. But you can see that if you will take the natural log on the other, like exponential on the other side after simplification, you will get log base 10. But I want to get it log base 10 instead of natural log, because e when you are removing it is giving you natural log. So you have to multiply 2.303 and then it gives you log base 10 and then 10 to the power negative 6. So you will take it in front here as per the logarithmic property, and then this value is 1, the log value. So it is giving you closer to 12 because negative negative will get simplified from both sides. The right option or most appropriate answer here is option A, because that's the most closest one to what we are getting. Tell me if in case there is anybody having any doubt, we can talk about it. But if it is getting clear, guys, then that's great. Like I hope you have got the great idea about the type of questions you can expect, and from each section we have talked about that what you can expect in the upcoming exam and what type of questions you can have. Okay. Done. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you more question right now, and that may be our last question, but let's take one more. Right now. So actually guys, in this case they have given you one of the eigenvalues of e to the power a matrix, that is this. Then a matrix is given to you, you have to find the product of the other two eigenvalues. Okay, that's how you have to consider it. So if I will talk about the a matrix which is given, we can consider a minus lambda I is equal to 0. From there we can get the eigenvalues of the a matrix, that will be a and minus a. You will get I is the identity matrix here, which will have only the principal diagonal elements is equal to 1 and all other elements equal to 0. It will be 3 by 3 order matrix. So once you got the eigenvalues of a as a negative a, the capital A matrix, so e to the power a matrix eigenvalues will be what? E to the power a, e to the power a, and e to the power negative a, out of which one was already given, but other two eigenvalues product you have to find, which will be e to the power 0, and that's going to be 1. Okay, so you are gonna get option D to be the correct answer, because that the product of other two eigenvalues is what? It's 0. Okay guys, and then let me just see if I can take one more question. Let's try to consider one more. I'm gonna write it, guys. Actually, there are so many, so we just have to take one more out of these. Okay, let's take this one. This will help you to know about effect. What is the right answer according to you guys? So it's a fact-based question. Basically, if you will see, they are asking cannot be the eigenvalue of a real 3 by 3 matrix. So that's option D, because it is a combination of the complex number, or you can say imaginary part, and the real part. While in this case, if an iota is there, the negative iota should be there, which is the complex conjugate for any real matrix, like you can see in all other options. So those are possible, but option D, which is just saying a lone iota but not the complex conjugate part, so that's not possible. Either all the eigenvalues should be purely real, or if imaginary is there, the complex conjugate part must be there, right? So that's how option D is the correct answer, because that cannot be the eigenvalue of a real 3 by 3 order matrix. D, iota 1 and 0. So I hope guys, whatever we have talked about today in the session will be clear to everyone, because we have discussed so many things, and along with that I have taken the concepts which are must to prepare, or you can expect the questions based on them along with the questions. So that was quite important discussion. Okay, if anybody has missed it, they can check out the questions we have covered in this session today. Also, guys, as you know, right now the latest offer which is going on Unacademy is this one, as per which you will be able to save more. And to grab this offer, you just need to use and apply the code Anjali A Live to grab this offer or to get the discount in the total subscription amount. You can use and apply this code, and even you can share this information with your friends. If there is someone like who want to take the subscription and don't want to miss this offer, they can even take the subscription by using and by applying the code. They can even get the discount in the total subscription amount, and the offer is just valid till 5th August, guys. And don't miss it, because in upcoming days even so many new courses by the top educators will be starting. What are the benefits you will get if you will be taking Unacademy plus Iconic or the Lite subscription? All that has been shown here on the slide too. So whenever anybody will proceed further, use and apply the code Anjali A Live to get the discount in the total subscription amount. Thank you everyone for joining this session and for attending it till the end.